Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for Dance Around It. My name is Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. We need 3 bar chords to get through this opening part of the song, and we have an A major bar chord, which is a 5, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5 shape, followed by what you call a G sharp minor, where we move everything down a fret, release the middle finger. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm giving you the finger, I promise I'm not. And we would have what you call a G sharp minor. And then we're going to have an F sharp minor, which is taking the same shape down to fret 2. And what we have for the introduction is 2 times round those chords. And what we have is kind of early jumps to the 2nd and the 3rd chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're pretty new to kind of strumming guitar, you always want to have a hand moving even if you're not strumming to keep it nice and smooth. And you'll notice that the 2nd and 3rd chord always happen to be an upstroke. And I'm putting some scratches in there as well. You will then obviously want to try and make that a little bit louder and a bit faster. That'll come with a bit of practice. We then get to the first verse. That's when the vocals properly kick in, and there's a little bit more to what we play. And it's worth mentioning that if you want the chord chart for this, which has the full structure and all the chords in the right order, as well as a chord and lyric sheet that matches everything up. So if you want to sing along or play along the track and you know which chord and which lyric go together, then head on over to Patreon. I've got you covered. For the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song, but over 600 other songs of all the latest releases. Links are in the description. Now the first verse is basically the same thing with a little bit extra. Instead of playing those chords twice, we're going to play them round 3 times. And then at the end, there's an E major chord that you'll sustain. E major being an open E string, 2, 2 on the A and D, 1 on the G, and open B and E strings. I'm going to demonstrate that full verse without me talking over the top of it. And you'll hold that E chord for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. We then get a second verse, which is literally the same as the first verse, so we're just going to skip past that. We then get to the chorus, which is a little bit more different. There's new chords, a new strumming pattern, so it might be worth checking out that link to everything on Patreon, just so you got everything right out. But here we go for the chorus. Now we could play some of these chords as open chords, but it's going to be best if you play them as bar chords. And what we're going to have first is a D major bar chord, which is on the A string, 5, 7, 7, 7. We then have a very quick change to C sharp minor, which is just the major shape from the top string, but down, and turns into a minor chord when we play it from fret 4 and that shape there. So we have 1, 2, 3... and then on that 4th beat, we go to the C sharp minor. We're then going up to E major, which is that shape there, same as the D major. However, if you want to get there quick, you could use a double barred version, where you're barring the 3 strings there. Sometimes it's a bit of a busker approach of playing that chord fast. So we have... we then go to an A major chord, which is what we had at the start of the song, for this part of the chorus. We then go back to the D and C sharp, and then we just have a full bar of E. So up to now we have... we then go to almost play it again, D, C sharp, E, A, and then we'll have a B minor chord, followed by an A major chord. And what I'm going to do is play through that full chorus 1 time round. You'll do it twice for the track, but I'm going to play it once so you can see how it all fits together. We then basically have some good news. The next part of the song is a bit of repetition. There is a third and fourth verse, which is the same as the first two verses that we already know. We then have another chorus, which is the same as the chorus we've just done. Now, just looking over to my notes, which is what's available on Patreon, there's an abridged section, which is just the same as the chorus. The only thing that is really different is that the vocals do something a little bit different. Chords on the guitar, same as the chorus. And then the last part of the song is an actual chorus where you'll play through the same chorus chords 2 more times. So there we go. Although there's a lot of bar chords, which can be challenging, that is going to make it sound just like the track. So yeah, only 2 or 3 real parts to this song. So if you found that useful, please do like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and consider getting that extra material over on Patreon. Links are in the description for that. I also want to say a quick thanks to the people scrolling by. Those guys are my active patrons. So the moment this video goes live, they'll get access to that content that I mentioned earlier straight away. So thanks to them for their support. Thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.